This is a story I wrote between the 30th of the 12th and the 2nd of January. It's called The Gang Come Together with Some of Their Friends to Help the Elderly and Infirm at Christmas. Christmas isn't far away, and the gang and some of their friends want to do something special, but so far no one's thought of anything. Then Paul P said, "Didn't you guys hand out Christmas hampers to the elderly and infirm last year?" "Yeah, we did, and we want to do that again, and we also want to do something else for them this year too, but we don't know what yet," answered Grumpy. "I know what we could do," said Bumpy. "What's that, Bumpy?" asked Stampy. "Well, there's loads of people who can't get out in winter because they're too scared to go out alone in case they fall. There might not be anyone that can go with them because they either don't have anyone, or their family and friends are either too busy or they live too far away to take them." "Well, we could take them. All our parents can drive and we could ask them to help us," answered Bumpy. Excuse me. "That's a great idea, Bumpy," said Stampy. The gang all went back to each other's houses and asked their parents if they'd help, and they all said yeah. Then Kicker's dad said, "We could hire a minibus for a few weeks and take the elderly and the infirm shopping. We can also take them on other outings, such as going to see the Christmas lights switch on." "That's a great idea, Dad. We can go door to door and ask them if they want to come," said Kicker. The kids went round to different places to see if there was any special events coming up, leading up to Christmas, and there was loads. The main event was the Leeds Christmas light switch on, which would be taking place in about a week. There was other places that were doing the same thing, and the kids wanted to take everyone to all of them. When they went to visit the elderly and the infirm at their homes, the kids asked them if they wanted to attend these events, and they all said yeah. The kids even did their shopping for them, as some of them were unable to manage a trip to the shops alone. One old lady who lived with her husband had fallen on her face and broke her wrist, and now she was too scared to go out. When the kids asked her and her husband if they'd like to go on days out to certain events, she said yes, they'd love to. The kids also arranged to take them shopping every couple of days so they wouldn't be cooped up indoors all day every day. When they went on to the next house, there was a young man who was confined to a wheelchair. He hadn't been out for a whole week because of the snow. He couldn't go out anyway because he was waiting to be assigned a new carer, as the last one went on to maternity leave. When the kids told him that they were willing to take him shopping into special events, he was overjoyed. The kids moved on to a few more houses and explained to everyone what they were doing, and they were all really happy about it. The first place they took everyone was to the Blackpool Illuminations, and they stayed there overnight in a hotel. The next day when they left, they called at Manchester and did some shopping at the Trafford Centre. Once they'd finished shopping, they were all treated to a pub meal. That night, they saw the Manchester Christmas lights get switched on and the Trafford Centre Christmas tree lights being switched on. Then they went back to the bed and breakfast they were staying in overnight. The next day, they went to Sheffield and spent the day shopping at Meadowhall. That night, they stayed and watched the staff switch on their tree lights. Afterwards, they went into Sheffield City Centre to watch the main Christmas lights switch on. Then they all went home. The next day, the kids had school, but whilst they were there was lots of volunteers to take the elderly and infirm out and about. However, when they went to pick up an old lady called Lucy, there was no sign of her. This was highly unusual because she was always there waiting for them with her coat on and looking out of her window. Everyone searched for her and thankfully it didn't take them long to find her. It turned out that her cat had managed to get out and she'd gone outside to look for her, and she slipped on a patch of black ice. Someone had already called for an ambulance and she had already been taken to hospital. She had a cut head, a mild concussion, mild hypothermia and a sprained ankle. She was kept in hospital for a week and then she was allowed home. It was decided with her agreement that she'd be given a new bungalow just for her. This was because she lived alone in a 5-bedroom council house, of which was too big for her. Her new bungalow was opposite Kicker's house, so there was someone to look after her 24/7. The next trip everyone went on was to see Oklahoma at the Alhambra in Bradford. Before they all went and did some Christmas shopping in Bradford. After the show had finished, they all went for a pub meal and afterwards they went and watched the Bradford Christmas lights switch on. The next day was Saturday and there was a fun-packed day planned for everyone. They all went to Leeds Grand Theatre to see a 1930s show and then they all went for a pub meal. After their meal, they all went to West Yorkshire Playhouse to see another show and then they watched the Leeds lights switch on. After that, everyone went home. The next day, they all went shopping and as it turned out, the old lady who'd fallen was 80 years old that day. She didn't think that anyone knew because she hadn't told anyone. However, one of her great-granddaughters went to the same school as the gang and she told them. That day was all about her and all she wanted to do was go ballroom dancing with her brother, who'd now moved in with her. It was arranged for her to do this and she was showered with lots of gifts and she had a fantastic day. However, what no one realised is that all these people they'd been taking out had come together and bought Christmas presents for them and for each other. Of course, taking them out didn't end there, it continued all year round. End of chapter 64. Hope you like it, guys. Love yous. If you're on YouTube, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, please feel free to like, share, comment and to go to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching everyone. Love yous. Bye.